Hey everyone, welcome to a new episode of the Red Devils Corner Kick Podcast, a fan podcast dedicated to Manchester United Football Club. As always, like, subscribe, follow, whether you're following on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or YouTube, and like, subscribe, follow, as well as Instagram, TikTok, and X. I just want to say thank you to all those who have recently started following me on TikTok, X, Instagram, and also subscribing to the YouTube channel. And also thank you to all those who have been downloading the podcast as well. I greatly appreciate it. Slowly I will be continuing to grow. Slowly I will be doing more for the channel as I start building it up. But thank you again for all those who have been following. I greatly do appreciate it. It is Thursday. As always, late for me. So this podcast will be a very late Thursday night, also early Friday morning. Depending on where you are in the world, it is going to be out Friday. But, you know, same story with me when I record my episodes. But, yes, today is mostly I'm just going to do the preview for the Manchester Derby, which is happening Saturday, 7:30 a.m. My time here in Canada. And listen, it's to say that it has been a crazy week or so would be an understatement. We are well aware of what's been going on with the club. So we know what's happened, obviously. If you haven't heard, Ruben Amorim was sacked. We had a short-term manager in Darren Fletcher, and now we have Michael Carrick. So we are now in the era of Michael Carrick. I did discuss a little bit of him on Tuesday's episode. Listen, today is just to say it here, I'm well aware of what's going on. I'm well aware of the spin that's been happening. Again, I will state this. Please do not let that misguide you. There's still issues at the club. It is the ownership, so on and so forth. Yes, I'm familiar with some of the comments that have been coming out about Jason Wilcox as well. And I've made my opinion about with Michael Carrick. Listen, but today is just going to be strictly with that. I will be doing another episode tomorrow as well about the preview for the women's game as well. But please, again, as always, don't let what's been going on, what's been the leaks and everything keep going on to distract you for what the real issue is with what we have been discussing, not just myself, but other channels, plus broadcasters, ex-players have been also mentioning it too. But here we are at that stage again. Don't let what's going on, okay? The protest is still happening February 1st. I know there's been a lot of retweets. I've been reposting. I posted stuff on my TikTok and my Instagram, as well as many others too. But don't let what's been being released by the leaks of Ineos, the Glazers, all that so forth about what's going on behind the scenes or what happened behind the scenes with Ruben Amorim and everything with Wilcox, blah, blah, blah. But we'll leave it there. It's round 2 for the Manchester Derby, which, you know, we're in a pickle here. The terms have been said. We have to get Champions League football at the end of the season. And why not start that task with facing against City and then facing Arsenal after that? Listen, we're coming off a very disappointing loss against Brighton, and then we're in a difficult situation here now going up against City. Surprise, surprise, everyone's basically back for this game too, which is, you know, incredible. We're well aware what happened the first round against City, and here we go with round 2. It's hard to predict what's going to happen for this game on Saturday. I don't believe there's going to be a members bounce. I don't care about what's being spun about the media and saying, oh, the players are wowed and blah, 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 and seemed interested. That's just a spin. We don't know what really goes on in practice. Yeah, you see a couple smiles there. Carrick and Bruno are familiar with each other. Let's not pretend that, you know, Michael Carrick's his first go around with Manchester. He's been here before. You're going to see interactions between the players and the new manager, but that doesn't mean everything's changed. We know going into this game we have Mbeumo and Ahmad back, which is great. Maguire will probably be coming off the bench because, again, he's just coming back from injury. De Ligt is aimed to be back for the Arsenal game. Listen, we have a tough challenge. Let's not get ahead of ourselves here. Am I saying that we're losing? No, I'm always still going for the win. I still stand by what I always say: go for the win, so on and so forth. But what we're going to be seeing is we're going to see a tough challenge. The midfield still is a struggle. Obviously, that never got replaced. The back four, hard to say how that's going to go. Is De Ligt going to get dropped, or not De Ligt? Dalot going to get dropped? How are we going to look at that? And so on and so forth. But it is in a tough spot, realistically. Menu is healthy. You have Mbeumo. Like, the attack is going to be a concern. We don't know how the midfield is going to look. Are we going to push Bruno back? It's hard to predict what Michael Carrick's going to do for the game. So I do have a list there of potential of what could happen. But it's hard to say how it's all going to play out because, again, there are going to be players. There's going to be unhappy players going into this game. Because it's just, and something just came to my attention right now. And again, like, Dorgu is going to suffer because you have those three players back, and where would Dorgu fit in this situation here? I'm making adjustments to my lineup prediction, and it's tough. Like, does Sesko get affected? Does Cunha get benched? How is it going to be with this match on Saturday? Listen, we know Holland's going to be a difficult one, but we know Licha can match up with him. We know they can move the ball. Doku is going to be a challenge for United. That's to say that it is going to be a challenge. It is going to be a struggle. We've seen him do well. We've seen him move through. Listen, we're not able to. We can't handle the midfield. We can't. We know they can move the ball. We know they have the attacking options. We know what they can do. Donnarumma was impossible. Has been playing great, and I don't want to hear, City have struggled with some draws and so on and so forth. It doesn't matter. Like, there's like, it's great what they did in the previous game. Yeah, they struggled, but it's a matter what they're going to do to us. And again, it's slowing down Holland. It's slowing down Phil Foden. It's slowing down that It's slowing that attack. It's slowing down Doku, who has been a problem for us. It's not a lie. He has. When he's on the field and when he plays with us, he's amazing. He really is. But realistically, we're going to be struggling. Like it's hard to predict with Carrick and who he's going to choose. And listen, Mbeumo Ahmad is back. That is a difficult dilemma. I don't know if Carrick would go back to a 3-4-3. I really don't. I really don't know if Carrick would do a 3-4-3. We know that Wilcox has been at training this week, probably pushing for a back four, and he did it with Amorim, and we all know how that's played out. But in the end, we've seen here how it's gone the last couple of games as well. So we're in a difficult situation here, and I mentioned I do feel bad for Carrick for being in this situation. I love him as a player, and I know he's done well as a manager, but to be thrown into this situation to be used, and I say that nicely because it's the truth, used, this, like, he's being used to be the replacement of a cover-up for what's going on behind the scenes and so on and so forth. Like, you have hearing the news that Wilcox is attending the practices, probably just trying to instill what he wants and so on and so forth. So he's going to be putting his mind into certain pieces and so on and so. So the question is, how does everything play out in this game? How do we look at the attack on going forward? Who's going to get benched? Someone's getting benched from the attack. It's realistic. Someone's getting benched from the attack. Someone's coming on. Is it going to be Sesko? Is it going to be Cunha? Is it going to be Bruno moving back to the mid? Are we going to have Bruno playing in the mid too? Are we going to have Menu starting in certain spots? What are we going to do with the back four? This is the problem here, and I'm wondering, hey, like, how is this going to go? Like, seriously, I'm getting massive. Realistically, I am getting some mindful stuff here, and I just got another combination too of just thinking about how the attack is going to work. Let's just try this out. I might get hate for this. I might hate. I got so many combinations here. Someone's not going to like what I've done. Someone is definitely not going to like what I've done. So, but it's realistically, yeah, it could be. Where is he? There he is. Yep. It's it's hard to predict with this line. I might say this might be the lineup I go with. I don't know why. It's like trying to get all those attackers on. And then let's just try some Bruno. And then let's go that way. Like, I got different variations on how this could potentially go. It's hard to predict because, again, it's a different manager. Because you're trying to find the right pieces. You're trying to find out who goes where. I know you mentioned we've had multiple. I think I'm just going to do Riesland, all those back to me. But just trying to predict who's going to be what and where, and again, a new manager, like, it's not about new manager bounce. It's just new manager trying to predict, like, what's the best. Realistically, we may see Cunha because he has been struggling and, give him a break, but we're in a big game where, we're going to be facing some big opponents. And do they go back to a back three and go 3-4-3, or are we going to stick with the good old back four of 4-2-3? Like, we're in a pickle here, ladies and gentlemen. And so, we're gonna see some struggling on Saturday, but I'm still aiming for the win. They're gonna have to find a way to get Mbeumo and Ahmad together. They're gonna have to be the wings. You can do Bruno as the attack, Ahmad on the wing, and like so on and so forth. It's hard. I'm gonna be posting different variations on my social media because it's hard to predict, and I think I might go with like realistic. So I'm just gonna pull up what I have here. Multiple, yeah. Just taking a look here. So let's just open up this. So one lineup I have is that the correct one? Yes, we got 4 of them here. Perfect. So I got Dorgu, Licha, Heaven, Shaw, Casemiro, Bruno, and then you have Mbeumo, Cunha, Ahmad, Sesko. I have Delo, same middle, Martinez, Heaven, and then you have Shaw, Casemiro, Ugarte, Bruno, Mbeumo, Ahmad, and Cunha. And then Dorgu, same thing. And then let me just take this last one here. Dorgu, Martinez, Heaven, Shaw, Mainu, Casemiro, Embuemo, Bruno, Ahmad, and Sesko. Like, I know I haven't really repeated, but some of them have just been the same because you're just trying to be like, well, you got Dorgu here, you have Delo here. Delo, who hasn't been the best. It would be really weird to see that midfield two of Bruno and Casemiro, but we've had that all season, so it wouldn't be surprising. Like, realistically, it's like, honestly, I would probably just go with this one: Lamens, Dorgu, Martinez, Heaven, Shaw, Casemiro, Bruno, Embuemo, Cunha, Ahmad, and Sesko. Like, Sesko's been good. Cunha has been struggling. Like, you have fresh bodies of Embuemo and Ahmad. You kind of want that when you're playing City, so you're hopefully that they're all going to be better. So, yeah. But we have to control Holland. We have to control that mid, stopping Phil Foden. Shaqiri, if he's on, getting past Donnarumma. What we have to do is we have to close, again, consistency, discipline, and finish. Like, getting those goals in the back of the net. And we're going to be facing a tough challenge. Like, the back four of City is tough to beat as well. So, and listen, they're trying to catch up to Arsenal. That's the thing, right? Like, they have to try and beat us this week. So we have to try and get through there. And we're on our way to Arsenal next week after that. So it's about trying to catch up in the polls and positioning. And listen, our goal is Champions League. Can we get it? I don't know. I really don't. I feel like we're at risk of potentially losing European football. So that's the challenging part, right? But listen, trying to predict what he's going to try to do is tough with a lineup, and having Embuemo and Ahmad doesn't help. Mazraoui's going to be back too. And again, we're not playing many games. We're just Premier League games now for the rest of the season. So there shouldn't be an excuse not to make Champions League, but realistically, the squad isn't good enough. We're still a midfielder short. Like, we're missing De Ligt. There are some games, it's so we know what the issue is here, and everyone should know what's transpired over the last couple of weeks. We all know. So, but yeah, I'm gonna leave it there for that. Let me know what you guys think is gonna happen. So yeah, it's gonna be tough. Like, we have our struggles. Listen, we can blame the board until we come home, but at the end of the day, we have a game on Saturday. It's an important match. We have to be able to go there, score, or we're playing at Old Trafford, sorry. And us playing at Old Trafford has been struggle this year. For real, like, it has. We have struggled at home. So we're at home against the second best team in the squad, one of the top teams in Europe. We're on our third manager in a week. And trying to predict a formation that works is going to be tough. So it's So we'll see how it progresses. We'll see how it goes. We'll see what the rumors are. Will they do a 3-4-3? Or are we just going to, because again, the problem is, like, the one thing that sucks is, like, the Ahmad and Buemo, like, connection that they had on the right side in the 3-4-3 was brilliant. And not having any of them there was tough. It was. Not having them there was tough for that right side. And we struggled. We saw it. So, but we knew they were going to be gone. It's just, we just had all those injuries. Like, I'm not going to, like, it's done. Like, I shouldn't have even brought it up. So yeah, I'm going to leave it there. I will be back tomorrow night, as well as episode on Saturday, and episode Sunday too, because of the women's game. They're playing Burnley for FA Cup, and then I'll be doing the preview for that tomorrow. and then post game after City, and then post game after that. I know I've been talking about going live for a game. I'm still trying to get everything working on my end here. I am tech savvy, but I'm not tech savvy. Just want to try and get everything ready so I can start showing as well, and just trying to get certain things to work for me as well. So, but yeah, as always, like, subscribe, follow YouTube, Apple Podcasts, or Spotify. Thank you. And also in social media, Instagram, TikTok, and X. Again, thank you to all those who have been subscribing to the YouTube channel, following on Instagram, TikTok, X, downloading the podcast, following on or streaming on Spotify. I greatly do appreciate it. Thank you for the contributions. Thank you for the likes, the comments, as well, and the interactions on some of my posts. So again, thank you very much. I greatly do appreciate it. I will talk to you guys tomorrow night as well. Sorry, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow night. So I'll talk to you guys tomorrow night. Don't forget, the game is early Saturday morning for us in Canada as well. So enjoy the game Saturday if you don't listen to tomorrow's episode, and enjoy the rest of your night. Enjoy your Friday. Enjoy your weekend as well. This is the Red Devils Corner Kick Podcast. Glory, glory, Man United.